How you doing, guys? Today I'm going to give you a little status update on the 1056. There was some progress made before the wheel horse show and a little bit of progress after, but I'm going to try to lump it all together, give you a status update where we stand and what's coming up shortly. First thing that I did this week was I worked on the hood ornament that I picked up last weekend at the wheel horse show. I basically took some 220 sandpaper, sanded it all down, made sure it was nice and flat. Obviously sanded those pits down real nice so that everything was nice and smooth. I etch primed it with some Duplicolor etching primer. After I put a little bit of filler in the pits, I just hit it with some Duplicolor automotive primer filler. Both these products work real good for me. And it's getting to a point where I'm just about to do my first wet sanding with the 600 grit. I'll inform you later on what I'm going to do with that in general. Obviously I'm going to paint it, but I'll show you how I'll do that in another video. The other thing I started doing was doing some layout on the battery tray, trying to figure out how I am going to squeeze everything into this little battery tray that I want to squeeze. Obviously I'm looking at a fuse panel, starter solenoid, a rectifier. I think I might do something like this. And I have two relays that need to go in somewhere right in there. I'm also trying to keep this section open because this is where all my wires are going to come out to the dash, the main battery cable coming in, the battery cable going out. The stator wires need to come in this way up to the rectifier. So I have a number of things that I need to work out, lay out. I still have to make the fiberglass top that I want to make, which is basically going to go all the way down to the base. So it'll be a nice like lid that you kind of pick right up, and it should have a nice look to it. But still more work involved. And I want to do 90-95% of the layout before I clean the box up. Oh yeah, by the way, I got that fuse panel off of eBay. It's called a, what is it called? It is called something that won't focus, maybe? Yep. Come on. There it is. Blue Sea Systems. It's real nice. I think it was like 25 bucks or something like that. But it's a real nice high quality. Comes with a lid with a nice little latch. So you can put it on, it clips in. You can see your fuses. It's pretty good. It's nice. I like it. So far, thumbs up. The other thing I did was I just started working on the parking brake handle. This thing was a disaster, so I took it off, sanded it down, added a little bit of filler here and there because there was some chips in it. But overall, it looks pretty good. I'll just squirt that with some black paint so that way it looks nice and original. So what else do we have? Oh, and then over here on the motor, or on the tractor itself, since the last time we spoke, I installed the head. I made my stud kit out of grade 8 bolts. We have extra thick grade 8 washers. These nuts are grade 8 flange style nuts. The copper head gasket is in there. Let's see if we can see that. There it is. Yep, you can see this copper head gasket. It seems to seal real good. The head is completely torqued and ready to go. I do have to gap the plug and install the plug. The Midwest Super Cub spacers in place. The gaskets are there. It's all bolted in nice and tight. The carburetor is a pulling carburetor that I bought off of eBay. A bunch of guys I know have used these carburetors and had really good luck. The only thing I had to do to modify it is I did have to take the choke shaft off of my original carburetor and put it into this carburetor, but it seems to work just fine. The choke, that is. We haven't tested the carb yet. We'll find that out soon enough. The governor parts need to be all sandblasted and painted. I haven't done that yet. That's coming up. Same with the bracketry for the starter motor. I haven't done those yet. I can't put the dipstick tube in place until I install the starter, so I'm hoping this weekend I'm going to get that sanded down, or those sandblasted, primed. Probably not painted because it's supposed to be super humid around here, and you can't paint black paint in humid weather because that pretty much means it's just going to turn white. The tower I wet sanded and buffed the tower down. There was some orange paint in this area. It really looked bad. I tried to wet sand it off. It ended up being right to metal, so I just took some red paint that I had in a can, foam brushed it into place on both sides actually, and it hides the mess, you know, the mess ups. It kind of blends out and it all kind of looks about the same. Once you put all the parts on the tractor, the belt guard, the seat pan, the seat, you know, the tower, all that kind of stuff, it all, things that look really like standout-ish right now, they all kind of blend away and you don't really notice them. I did the hubs. They're painted. I put the studs in, so that's all good. What else did we do? Oh, let's walk all the way over here. Let's walk. This garage is ridiculous. Got too much crap in it. I want to get all this stuff out of here. The shift balls, I decided to go with white shift balls, like any old hot rod should have, like a Hurst ball or something to that effect. So I just sanded them down, added a little body filler here and there because there's some chips, there was the seams, and I just wanted them to look real nice. Put some primer filler on there, wet sanded them all down, painted them white, put a little bit of clear on there, and once these things harden up over a little period of time, I'll just hand buff them and then screw them on for the 8-speed, for the high-low, and the shifter, gear shifter. The belt guard is all done. As you can see, I wet sanded that down. I did add a little paint here and there, but this doesn't matter because the seat pan or the fender pan that covers it all up. Oopsie daisy. The top of it's all done. Everything looks good. It's all going to match the rest of the tractor, so I'm really psyched up about that. Now, if you just remembered, I showed you the hubs with those big long screws or lugs, and you say, well, what was that for? It was for those. Just before the Wheel Horse show, these rims came up on Craigslist. Brand new, in the boxes. A set of Douglas 1212s. I went to go look at them. I couldn't pass them up. The price that he was charging was like ridiculous. It was basically $100 off what they are new plus the shipping. I mean, because I didn't have to pay for the shipping. So you do the math on what I got them. But they were brand spanking new in the boxes. I actually had to open the boxes. He actually opened up the boxes in front of me. And he showed me the receipt of how much he paid for them. He just never used them. So with that, I said, oh, I got to have them. So I bought them. And then the tires, I bought the tires off of eBay. They are actually 24 1212s. Typically on these 1212 rims, you see 26 1212s. And the reason why I didn't do the 26 1212s is for two reasons. One, price. These tires, which are OTRs, okay, in the 24 1212 size, shipped to my door, were $190 for the two of them. I mean, you're looking at $190 plus for just one tire that's 26 1212. And I just wasn't going to spend that amount of money on a set of tires. The other thing, excuse me, the other thing, at least with a wheel horse, this could be with other tractors, but at least with a wheel horse, if you go to a 26-inch tall tire, you can't use the stock hinge because the 26 size tire won't fit under the original seat pan. A 24, from a bunch of people I talked to, said yes, it will fit. And that's the other reason why I went with a 24-inch tire. Because I just wasn't going to spend the money for a 26. Hey, at least I got the rims, you know? And then I got the aluminum fronts, so the thing's going to look totally badass. And then they got a nice aggressive look. I like these open ends on the lugs. The lugs themselves look great. The tires look awesome. And once I snake those under the seat pan, it's going to look even more amazing. They are a 6'6" back spacing, so 6 inches from here to the face, and then on the back, they're 6 inches from the edge to the back of the mounting surface. Thus the reason in my last video I said I got the spacers. So I just got to open these up and got the steel spacers. The spacers are required at least a ½ inch from what I can measure to keep the inside of the tires from rubbing the brake band and or the belt guard itself. So I just got to get the lock nut, the square head nuts or bolts to screw the hubs into place, and then I can mount the tires, or mount the rims and tires to the tractor. I think it's going to look pretty darn cool. And then the other thing too is, even with the 6'6", they're not going to stick out a whole lot. Oh my God, I can't believe I got sick. So they're not going to stick out. They're only going to stick out beyond the front wheels, maybe an inch or two. It's going to look nice and clean. I think it's going to look real good. And that's it. Oh, I did paint this red on the inside because somebody had painted it orange. So I just foam brushed it to make it. The battery tray is going to go in there anyways. I tried to save as much as I could of the original decal. And I do have the original tag. I'll put that back on later on. And lastly, the battery tray itself that I had made for the tractor. I think I'm actually going to put Bondo in this, or body filler, and fix these pits, or fix the pits. I think it looks pretty crappy. I know the battery's going to be on it. It's going to be buried, but it just looks really bad. So I'll probably just fix this. I'll just mix up some body filler and throw it in there. All right, guys. That's where we are. That's where I am. Got any questions, concerns? If you have any suggestions, by all means, I am always open to that. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the update. Hopefully, you're still interested in the tractor. I'm going to be picking at it over the next couple weeks. Obviously, there's the Zagre Tractor Show coming up in a couple weeks in Colchester, Connecticut. I'll be there. This tractor won't be there, obviously. We're far from doing any kind of tractor shows with it. I'm hoping by September for the fall shows, this thing will be finished up and running. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Keep an eye out for the next video, and have a great day.